Hello everybody and welcome to the Battle of the Week, where we take a look at some of the best battles that we have seen this week and bring them to you live. And this week we've got a very interesting battle, a pretty long one. This one was won with a time victory. Some of the people who have played will probably remember it, because this is one of those rare battles where the teamwork has turned the battle, and from a desperate situation we have gained victory. So let's take a look at the situation and how it came to be. So in the middle we have got some heavy infantry support combined with the Sacred Band. With the Sacred Band main line behind them, I'm playing as the Caesar with some cavalry support of Praetorian cavalry on our right flank. We have got archers, we've got heavy infantry, as well as Ajima spears, those heavy spears. On the left we have got more cavalry and heavy infantry going towards the woods, controlled by Scipio. An interesting choice, to be honest. Scipio is usually a cavalry general, but infantry works as well. So as you can see, we do not encounter the enemy for quite a bit. We capture middle, and then we move towards over here. So these Imperial Guard take position in the middle and erect stakes to secure this position. I really love that move. That one is something I believe you're gonna see more often in the future. Personally, I'm not a big fan of consumables outside of caltrops, but stakes. However, here I see them being used very nicely just to secure a position. The recent changes on the stakes, I believe, were very welcome. And we have the first engagement going on. These cavalry have been pushed from the hill, and the blue team captures the tower, the hill. But the red team is pushing back with a great force on the right-hand side. Those heavy infantry got caught and are getting annihilated. These archers have caught the enemy artillery and have devastated it. While the situation looks pretty good for the blue team, it will not last for long, because they're losing their cavalry over here on the right. They're losing it. And these units are currently in the open. So we're trying to defend the middle, but as you can see, the enemy has a considerable numbers advantage. The overextension on the right flank might cost us very dearly. So let's take a look how that goes. 3 units of Praetorian cavalry against this group. Oh boy, they're in for a lot of pain, because this cavalry is going around these archers. Ajima spears are trying to catch up, but it's not good enough. The cavalry hits them from the back, but they get caught by another Ajima spears. These cleavers, who were finished with the heavy infantry, barely took any damage. Well, took a little bit of damage, but are now surrounding these spears, and the heavy infantry comes in to support. Great team play from the red team, just completely annihilating this right flank. And we've got routes going left and right. The spearmen are holding the line, but the archers are all routed, and the cavalry have finally flanked them to finish the killing, to deliver the killing blow. Oh, but not so fast, says the spears, and catch those infantry. A beautiful play, beautiful play. We've got these spears who are trying to kill these veteran legionaries, but they're taking a lot of their time. Oh, the red team has taken their position over here. Let's see what's going on in the middle. In the middle, we have got the blue team defending against the red team. On the left, we have got a stalemate going on. Oh, but the red team has moved almost at the blue team's base, and the blue team barely has any reinforcements. This does not look good. The red team are all consolidated their forces and are now gonna engage these spears and wipe them off. Currently, the red team is gaining the advantage with around 100 men advantage. They have captured the left. The red team is pushing towards the base, and on the right flank, they are eliminating the strugglers. And the blue team has decided to get back to their base. They have seen how strong and united the red team is, so they've decided to take it back to the base. I remember the chat over here, and I was suggesting to go back to base and defend because I was playing Caesar and I could use Divide and Conquer as well as Vici for the defense. And if we are all together, I'll be able to buff everybody and debuff all enemy units. So let's remove the Fog of War real quick. Yeah, as we can see here, the red team is sneakily going around the base to capture the blue base. But this is buying the blue team some time to organize and get back. And the red team is moving towards the blue team's base on multiple fronts. They're not encountering any resistance. They're currently 200 men ahead. It's a 6-5 advantage that the blue team is organizing. They're consolidating their forces, erecting fortifications in the middle. So we've got these Imperial Guard equipped with infantry caltrops and infantry stakes, played by Nuke K2. I do remember seeing him in our comments section. This was a great battle. This was like a very nice example of kind of like fortifying the position. I'm not sure if this is gonna be like a part of the meta in the future, but it's definitely an interesting way to see it. And we've got the engagement against the Soki Extraordinary, but would you look at that? They've been divided and conquered. They cannot use their vengeance, and now they're being shot to pieces. Look at this health loss. Just look at all this death. And now a cavalry charge to support them. Oh, these Soki Extraordinary are having a very bad day. The cavalry has noticed that this is not going good, and they are out of here to support their other allies. But the red team is coming down from the forest. Desert Fox over here is sitting in the woods. I'm not sure if he is AFK or not, but he is at least buying some time for the blue team to reorganize after that engagement. This sets things in a good stead by equalizing the numbers, but the red team is still gaining a bit of advantage. So strategy-wise, strategically, the blue team is in a very good position, but I'll still give the advantage to the red if they can have an organized attack. And now you can see these Caesar Velites. Now you can see these Caesar Velites trying to bait the enemy into coming to them, and looks like the bait is successful a bit. And now they're moving from the other end. The blue team notices this, and they're taking position. This area is completely open. So let's see. And now they're closing these gaps, while these Velites are going around trying to buff people, and the red team is on the move. They have eliminated the enemy in the woods. They still have got around 100 men advantage. They're moving towards the blue base, towards the reinforced position, where there are 2 Imperial Guards, Evocati cohort, Eagle cohort, and the Javelins. Oh, they're shooting at the stakes! The Testudo prevents the fire. Oh, they throw Scorched Earth on the defending positions. A very nice move, forcing the blue team to think their moves again. Javelins put down these caltrops to slow down the moving enemy. These infantry put more caltrops to prevent the enemy from coming. And we've got a bit of a shot taken over here at 6,000 damage. These light infantry are probing for a way to enter, but they've been blocked by these cavalry. This is quite exciting. These cavalry are going around trying to charge into these Velites. Will they be able to get it? It looks like there's nothing stopping them. Oh boy, they're not in for a... Oh, that's around 11,000 damage right there. They have taken a big hit. But the blue team is coming back to help them. Those velites are going towards their heavy infantry, and the cavalry has routed and they have been taken off the field. The Sacred Band is holding against these Eagle cohorts. Just look at this battle. It's a very slow going. Let's take a look at the other side. It's complete chaos. The two of the teams fighting together. So both sides have their javelins, they're all shooting. But it looks like the red team's frontal forces have been thwarted with the help of Divide and Conquer. None of them were able to use their vengeances. Everybody was VC'd, and so the melee infantry have had the advantage, and the red team's melee forces have been wiped out. The cavalry once again charges into a suicidal charge, but they fail. They fail and rout. These spears have held the line for a very long time, but now the spears are pulling back. They're almost gone, but they're holding with that last bit of breath. The blue team reinforcements has arrived and has divided their Eagle cohorts. The Sacred Band are retreating to safety, and the rest of the blue team's forces are supporting this last melee fight. They have gained the advantage with 170 men. These velites, they require their frontliners to support them, otherwise they'll not be able to help. They're looking for a point of entry to do some damage. They're not able to do much. So these units, they all have been divided and conquered. They're not able to use their abilities. It's not a very good time for them. While these Imperial Guard, they all have their Vichy buffs, they have their vengeances in cooldown, but they're still strong and fighting, and this enemy infantry has been routed. Brilliant defense. Very good use of Caesar's abilities, of their own abilities. I see these very nice testudos and consumables to divide the enemy. You see, one thing that a lot of people do not take into account is the strategic positioning. Even if you're fighting against enemies who are a lot stronger than you are, all you need to do is flank them, because no matter the tier, a unit that is flanked on two sides will not be able to hold. Especially if they're charged from the rear, there's no way they'll be able to hold, but it looks like the red team has consolidated the rest of their forces, and Eagle cohort reinforcements combined with these velites might be able to do the trick. So we see these velites shooting at this cavalry. Looks like they did not have the firepower to pull this off. They got a little cocky over here. Who's playing this? It's me who's playing them, but they still managed to kill those off. That was not a very good move regardless, but it looks like I've learned my lesson over there. And instead are moving back. This one guy is left in the base, and now he's dead. And so the blue team has managed to defend themselves. Oh, there's an engagement going on with those spears. Looks like blue team has got overconfident. This battle is not over yet, and they have trapped this spear unit and are whittling them down. So it looks like the cavalry over here, these javelins are trying to bait the enemy into coming towards them to finish it off. But not so fast, says that cavalry. And so right now, with the blue team gaining the numerical advantage, all they need to do is sit back and wait for the timer to run out. It's only 1 minute left. Red team needs to come up with something, otherwise they will not be able to win. Let's speed things up a bit. For whatever reason, this cavalry is not doing anything, and time is out, and blue team gains victory. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you have enjoyed this defense as much as I did, and we will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you want some more arena action, check out the playlist on the side, and we'll see you next time.